I was hoping to wake up to another anti-cheating message. Okay. Enemies lack your talent, competence, confidence, and good looks, Dayton. Here's another 16 rating points. Didn't happen. So I'm still at 2108. Trying to limit my time on devices. Chess got me through COVID, really weird time in my life, and everyone's. Sudden change. I hate to sound like a bitch, but cyberbullied. I've since Uber driven, dealt cards overnight, and there are many good people who have messed up, and in some cases will never be able to get back on track because of their mistakes. And a few stories were from COVID lockdown. Hey, I did that, and then a breakup, and then a job loss, and oh my God, I shouldn't have driven drunk, but fuck. God, that was so unfair. Yeah. Well, I played a lot of chess, so maybe I'm not super healthy, a little bit lonely, but I'm only 30 years old, and I have my whole life ahead. I will always be grateful for chess because of that. Similar to a girlfriend or boyfriend, I don't know what I saw there. Like, looking back, not my type, not a good person. Yeah, I was going through some shit. So, good memories. Might even get back together. That's me in online chess. I since moved to St. Louis to start my over-the-board career. And I will not quit chess until I reach 1,800 over the board. There's really no valid studies of an adult trying to get good or elite at an intellectual pursuit like chess. You look at the best memory champions, they started young, with rare exception, and even the ones who started later, it's college age. Same in chess. It's not a field where most people are watching, so there's not a lot of incentive to try. It's lonely, especially if you have kids or even a dog. You can't just go to the chess club all day. So there have been no studies. It's not that it's impossible. It might be. But when I talk to more open-minded chess people, there have been world champions, not recently, that are late 40s, early 50s. But I just want to be 1,800 USCF. 1,800 is a mark where, considering my limited play, competitive play, that's different. Not the 2 years I spent online before moving to St. Louis. That's not real chess. But considering my limited time in chess, if I reach 1,800 before my 31st birthday, okay, I can quit with no regrets. I didn't just do it to say I did it. I really went hard. That number would be interesting enough to important chess people that want a project to say, yeah, okay, he's got really very little training, especially personalized training. Clearly smart, probably some type of talent there. Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's roll the dice on him. All incentives. How many adults are you going to find with that mindset? I don't want you to pay me anything. I don't like to call it out stuff, especially for men. It's a good way to get our lives ruined. And in chess, I got my reputation damaged in chess. Yeah, but as an adult male, now it's everywhere. Now it's starting a family. If I go to a new industry, you can't let them do that. And I want it in writing that I will not be banned or punished because Jennifer Shahadi said so. Listening to that story of Alejandro Ramirez, some women did exactly what society is kind of getting away from. Well, it was an open secret. Who said it was an open secret? Fabiano Caruana didn't say it was an open secret, and Fabiano Caruana worked with and employed Alejandro. So don't just act like we should believe you. And but you hate women. It's a different type of psychological stress that leads to suicide. That we have to worry about something we might have done or is perceived we done, or we made someone mad a decade ago. It's different. That I might be punished for something I might have done a decade ago, or someone said I've done. where I have money now. And so we're going to go back a decade. And that's kind of believable that he said that. So the crime fits. It's not okay. Just like COVID, it's a different type of stress, the isolation, the virtual. You can't compare it to anything. Don't do that. No hard feelings. I won't mention it. I will never use that woman's name again. I don't know her. I don't know the situation. She might be right in her beliefs. Once I get it in writing that she can't do anything to me, and I will not be punished as a result of her words with no evidence. And there was some evidence in that case. But when they just chime in and act like all men, including influential male grandmasters, should just go along with the story that it was an open secret, no. Because I've listened to podcasts about it. And you can say he was wrong. You can show evidence he was wrong. Eventually, women will get no messages. And the girls who look up to you are going to hate you when they're older and they realize there's more to life than chess. But someone needs to shut you up before you just publish stories that, well, everyone kind of knew it. Yeah. Who said that? An Instagram meme. Chess games don't last 5 hours. He made me wait for 5 hours to become a master because he hated women. I might have been evaluating the position if it were me. Thanks for reminding me I don't belong in chess. I want it in writing, and then I'll be nice. But I will reach 1800 before I quit. In a perfect world, if I got to keep playing chess, I'll reach 1700 before December of this year ends. So I'll be 1700 USCF by December 31st. Then from January till March, my birthday, I will work towards 1800. And then I'll move to Charlotte. And then after a few years in Charlotte, I'll move back to spend time with my grandparents. But we'll see what happens. Need to get this online stuff under control. It's a good tool. But when you just look at the cheating in it, it's so fucking much. Okay. What? How did I do? It's a mess. I hate that he does conditional moves. I will never play you again, for real. I don't do the conditional moves. I don't understand why. If you're trying to get better at chess, you would do the conditional move bullshit. Just leave it alone. Stop. Stop it. Now. You know what? How about this? You make a conditional move against me, especially when I'm in a worse position anyway. Never again. I don't know why you have a GM badge. That's suspicious as hell. Who are you? GM. So anyone can put a GM badge on their profile. You should be permanently banned for that. Oh, it's not a badge. It's the image. Still, that should be banned. That's fraud. And I know GMs would back me in that. I'm not being dramatic here. That's bullshit. People work hard for their titles, even non-GMs. So especially GMs. You don't just put a GM in your profile. Ha ha ha! It's not funny. Pawn grabbing wins. Get away from me. Never challenge me again. I didn't meet you somewhere, did I? Unless I befriended you. I'm just gonna block your ass. Because if I got someone into chess and then they acted up, I would feel bad. If they got on chess.com for me, challenge me, and even join my chess army, and then I was doing this, but I think I just played you. I don't remember how we got connected, but we're not anymore. So I'm going to remove you, and then I'm going to block you, so I never see your face again. See your GM badge. You didn't earn, bastard. All right, Jake, my Applebee's bartender. A deserving challenger. A good person. The good graces of the chess gods. Okay, so now this is interesting. I don't want to do this mess. Just have an isolated pawn. So I'm assuming I should just take your pawn. So this guy knows how to play chess. This could get weird. So if you take, I can go here and I can I take the pawn that way, which is fine. Let's do that. So yeah, it takes. I discover I'm getting my queen involved. Let's do that against h1. Why not? Why not? Yeah, base come a little ahead in development, but he's got better structure. So I don't want you to close it down. My bishop becomes really bad. If you do close it down and I come back, so if I can leave that pawn there, this is enough short-term strategy at the intermediate levels over the board to win you some games. I've won some games with just this thought process. Like I'm just trying to freeze one. Like how can I freeze one pawn when it's a game that the bishops could become active? I need one of your pawns to sit there forever. And a lot of times at the lower levels, it's not that easy to figure out a plan to move to get that pawn moved, exchanged, without worsening the position. This is kind of an example of that thought process. Like that bishop is blocked by that pawn. Now it's got a lot of options on how it can redirect, but some positions it didn't have that many options. So you think, like, if that pawn's there, that's bad for the bishop. It's bad for anything the bishop wants to do. So start trying to free some pawns. Instead of trying to capture the bishops or even think about them, like, use the opponent's pawns to make the bishop not move. So that wouldn't do it. But it would be a fine move, most likely. Then I would play there because you could do a similar thing to me. Or entice me to eventually play that move to break that up, which weakens my king further. I don't really want to fiend kettle my bishop into this pawn center, which is one of the advantages of a pawn center where you kind of dictate when it breaks here. What am I talking about? See, I'm getting so in depth here. I just take the pawn because there's no discovery. One of the advantages of this. So let's just do that. If I take there, you will go here first, but then I could just check. So either way I take it, doesn't matter. I'll keep my bishop here, I guess. Yeah, because if here, God, I hate it that it does that. Because here, then I take, and you don't have that resource where you can get a pawn and then win my knight back. And if you move it anywhere, you can't attack anything. So yeah, why not keep our bishop here? If you do push, I'll take with check. And then I'll pull my bishop back. That's the answer. Yeah, try to keep it light here. Can't be spiraling. I need to be studying, not playing blitz chess. Yeah, fine. So you want to do that, I get it, but your rook's kind of awkward. So now everything's pretty different. You know that plays out. Shit. Ah. Crap. That's over. Bad job. We're going to review it and get warmed up. Ah. Anything +2. It's okay. Nah. Jeez. It's okay. Somebody try not to panic too much. No, you don't want to do that. Oh, shoot. Ooh. Jeez. Yeah, I called that when I said it, or when I did it. I need time to think there. Ah, you still take it. Son of a bitch. Good move. Yeah, you got to think deeper there. Don't do that. So you leave your pawns back. You can always kind of be in the fight, though. Oh, shit. Pay attention, man. And that's the type of stuff you just can't do. Just can't do what I just did. Cannot do that. I have to check if the bishop's still there. Okay, so I can't allow you there. But then you can, but you could have checked me. No, I guess you can't. You had me smoked. See, I'm just winning on poor clock management, which counts. Part of getting the opponents to not manage their time well is getting a little better at chess, but overall, I'm no good at chess. So I'm on like a 5-game over the board win streak against 14 to 1500 level players. I'm just lazy. Just lazy online. Yeah. Stop. Good draw, though. Because then you're going to have to push it. So you decline my trade and you defend that how? So now... Jeez, ow. Yeah. Brutal. So it's trapped right now if you try to, well, how do you free it? You have to force it, right? So here, then I'm here, and you either way you take, I'm not going to give 2 knights away, but you can't. Well, you can't do that. So you're fucked, right? Aren't you fucked? You're fucked-ish. You could be fucked. That's why you get your pieces developed. Yeah, right play. Yeah, like I said. Except for I want your rook, right? Isn't that what I want? Well, no, because then you're going to get my knight. So I'll just have to accept that. I don't want those pawns to move. That's fine. That's not fine. Son of a bitch. Pay attention, man. Oh, shoot. That's okay. Barely, but it's okay. Fuck you. Even my see, I'm a little off. Like even my pre-moves. Why would I be making pre-moves where you can steal my rook when I know I've won the game? Why would I do that? I gotta take a break. 3-month break would be ideal from online chess. I'm playing better over the board. Like, you wouldn't even know. I'm a decent-ish over the board player if you look at some of these games. It's a different thought process. It's a different prep or lack thereof. Like, what am I doing? I'm not thinking +2. Over the board, of course, I think +2 and then some. It's just fucking stupid. And I'm not even fighting out of dumbass positions well. I'm not even trying. It's stupid. Let's rest. Let's rest. No, you don't take it. So, yeah, I'm just seeing previous games or positions I'm normally in. Like sometimes in speed chess, dev pushes are better. Until they get to where they can punish it. But not if there's a knight there. Because you can just sit that pawn there and then solidify with that pawn. Your piece is free to move. And though it weakens some things, like they don't figure it out in 3 minutes. Neither would I. But you can't just give the pawn away, man. Crazy. Yeah. And even it took me a second to talk through that. Like I don't want to go there, of course. Because I'm not Like, you're not stuck. That pawn's not there anymore. And the fact I'm even talking about that means in my head I'm still seeing that pawn there to block b5. I'm just out of it. Too much online chess. Brutal. But we're kissing some people's asses who started in adulthood and they got to 1900, and this is 2100. It's a scam. It's a joke. All right, I'm gonna try to not play today. There should be enough of my play online by now where playing at a 2100 level and any time control is not suspicious. But if there are any suspicions, I'll start streaming again. I need to go to the dog park and just hang out there, play some online chess, actually be deliberate where I'm not worried about, my dog not getting exercise and stuff. Unfortunately, they don't have Wi-Fi, so I'll probably do that. And then really grind over the board. Can't miss any more over the boards. I missed Saturday because I was spiraling out of control online. Then I went Sunday, only got one game in. It's not that online chess is bad. It's that the brains that are going to figure chess out can't handle the chance to play online whenever we want. And we'll just keep going and going.